in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the Rose Bowl, home to the UCLA Bruins. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on a team from the Pac-12, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Have been waiting and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. He'll bring it out. It's Harvin. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Motion from the wide receiver. On the ground, it's Roach. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Guys, let's talk a little UCLA. The only important expectations are the ones inside the program, but when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can't it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
Yeah, and you hear it all season, and you see it every year. The teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and that they'll get themselves into those rankings.
So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense, not giving up any big plays and forcing the 4th down.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Play fake, now to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working. Because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
Looking for a man. It's Knight. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. see if they can be more productive this time around. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run up the middle, try different things to see what you do right.
Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
He'll take a deep shot here. Makes the catch on the right side. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. They've got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
You know, you're in the red zone, you bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting a run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They want to run this quarterback. Getting worked on the ground. He's pulled down to the 14-yard line.
And already it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running, has completely changed the way people play defense.
Well, they caught the defense off guard with that play right there. Here they are in field goal range. It's 3rd and short. You know, the odds say it's going to be a run. Instead, they throw it. They get a big play now setting up 1st and goal.
He's got it on the move. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
This Bulldog offense finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Looking to throw, it's Knight. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. At midfield, he's got room. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Looking to throw on 1st down. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another 1st down. From the red zone, looking for a space. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Norman. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. It's complete. He gets it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll bring it out. It's Harvin. Maybe a little too bold on that return as he's out of bounds at the 11. UCLA will go back to work on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Buying some time. Throws into the middle of the field. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback extends the play. They're going to get him for a safety. Tried to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Creates a little space.
The return brings it out to the 41, and the Georgia offense will take over 1st and 10.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Slithers into space. Picks up the first down, still moving. Out of bounds at the 33, but not before the big pickup for the ground game.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
And the Bulldogs, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Motion from the back. Back to throw, it's Knight. Fires to the big fella. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Offense gets set for second down. Rides the back on the option to give. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Goodness gracious, if you blinked, you missed it. Horrible blocking up front. Defender gets in there so fast.
Did he line up in the backfield? Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Pulls it in. It's ball. Turning it on! They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
On my defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Final play of the quarter, and the ball falls incomplete. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On the run, it's Lee. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Pocket breaking down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh, man, would he like to have that pass back.
Well, no doubt that's where the quarterback wanted to go with the ball from jump, but better job by the defense forcing the incompletion.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Sends it back in motion. This quarterback part of their running game.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Really nice third down sub defense there that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
And it's no good. After the missed field goal, it is still a 9-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The Dogs in a good spot here with second and short. Give to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
The Bulldogs come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. To the air, it's Knight. Fires to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. Guys, let's take a minute here and think about UCLA. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry-pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. He's going for a big play downfield. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Taking it the other way. He's inside the 40.
Most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have 2. They've got 3 DBs, 3 corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country. And you saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They had to punt last time they had it. Highly unlikely that'll happen here, barring utter disaster. Great field position.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get them on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Knight. Right down the middle. It's caught downfield. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Georgia.
And I bet this coaching staff is jacked up to get this offense firing so fast early in the season, on point. A lot of times it takes time to build the rhythm. It takes time to get it rolling. This offense starting the season off with a bang.
23, UCLA, 7.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Harmon. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Punts it out of the air. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Bruins can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Unloads it left. Nearly picked off there, and he might be the last guy on the field you'd expect to drop that one. It'll be 3rd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
I love RPOs. It puts the defense in such a bind. Are they handing it off? Are they throwing the football? How quickly can I commit to this? And you see with the RPO, it just freezes the defense for a half a second. It allows the offensive line to set those blocks up, and they're able to go get the first.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Off play action on first down. Looking to the big tight end. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. They're dealing with a second and long. To the air, it's Knight. Bringing the heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
You know, we're only in the first half of this football game, and already this offense has had tons of success throwing the football. The defense has to disrupt his rhythm, and they finally do there, getting the sack. They've given up 3 TD passes. Let's see if they can continue with the pass rush moving forward.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Crosses the 30. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Quarterback moving. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The kick is on its way. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Looking to throw, it's Knight. Finds the tight end. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And the Dogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Got his man. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. And the Bulldogs headed quickly to the line. Looking downfield on first down. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. Well, the timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things...
Breaks into the open. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43.
All right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Looking down the middle. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Yeah, and he looked like he had the opportunity to secure that, obviously open over the middle of the field. But you know how that works. Middle of the field, more defenders. Am I going to get whacked when I hit this thing? It makes those guys think a little bit. You see more drops over the middle of the field.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. Doesn't have a straight-on shot here. He'll kick it from the left hash and 39 yards out. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Bruins will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Someone moved just a bit early, and the offense is going to pick up a penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
On the double. 3:25.
From the gun, running back on the move. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. We'll see if they can dig one up that goes forward this time on second down from the 18. Wide receiver going in motion. Here comes the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
Off the play fake. Here's the heat. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Man, that's a big stop on this first drive. That's got to energize this defense. They didn't have a great first half. Let's just call it what it is. They could have done a lot better. But to come out, make some adjustments, get a stop on this first possession, that's a good sign for this defense.
Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Makes the catch. It's Pryor. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, or they get good matchups. And, man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
A really nice job by the linebacker there, understanding his responsibilities in that coverage. That's a cover 2 look, so there's 2 safeties playing deep, but the linebacker knows there's nobody underneath him keeping him close to the line of scrimmage, so he can kind of float back a little bit, watch the QB's eyes, jump the throw, and make the pay.
Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
The Dogs come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Leaves it with the back. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Quick completion on the out route. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the route is on.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, and game 1 going exactly how they scripted it.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Harvin. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Another sack. This quarterback group, not this quarterback, this one, because you're already on quarterback number 2. Taking a lot of hits today. Got to keep these guys upright. Got to protect them. This offensive line has to do a better job.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Under fire. He'll pull it down and run. And the defense is there to stop him short of the first down.
Nice job by the defense getting after the QB. He's trying to scramble around. He's trying to go get that first with his legs, but he's not able to do it because of the speed on defense.
The Bruins will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Knight. He wants to go deep. Makes the grab. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Dogs! This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
He'll bring it out. It's Harvin. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The inside handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Snagged in the middle. It's Pryor. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Looking to scramble. Had to throw it before he wanted. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the late in the 3rd quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive. They've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. Caught on the outside. It's Roach. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. And the Bruins are on the move. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Right back to it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On target over the middle. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. The Bruins will snap it on 1st and 10. Quarterback keeper. There he goes. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and you know, it's just and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. So 1st down will open up the final period. Power football with the run. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA!
Yeah, and this offense needs a spark, man. Down big. Listen, it's game 1. It's not the end of the world, but we got a deficit. Got to put some drives together. Nice drive here. Now the defense needs to do their part because they got to put this thing in turbo.
14.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Catch in the middle, it's Norman. And they make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Well, they execute the end route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
To throw, it's Knight. They get to him as he throws. Got his man downfield. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Gonna run it, it's Chester. stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. They'll ride the hot hand.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Give to the back. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Bulldogs pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. From the shotgun, the inside give. Oh, he's got some space. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. And the Dogs kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. The give as they work on that clock. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. He will not get there. A stop on 3rd down leaves him with a 4th down from the 18-yard line. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And he'll try to make it 2 for 2, this time from 35 yards away. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. It's a reverse. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. 3rd and short, they've got them backed up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Let's see what they have in the bag on 3rd and short from their own 18. The give to the tailback. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back. The next opportunity, the next moment, because today, oof, it was not a good day.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield.